These are the Brum Tech Scene interviews. I'm Stuart Langridge and I'm here talking to Leigh Purnell, who is founder of Petalite Battery.
Nice to meet you.
So, what's Petalite is the first question, obviously.
Yeah, so it's an external battery for your mobile phone that recharges in 15 minutes. So the idea is to create a small battery that you put in your pocket, and then it has like a portable power outlet. So the idea is that you're not tethered to the wall the way mobile phones should be.
Right, so just so I understand this then, you get the thing, it charges from the wall in 15 minutes.
Yes.
And then it's how big a capacity? Will it charge my phone all the way up?
So it's 2600 milliamps, so that's tech speak. So if most Android phones will charge to full, iPhone is a charge and a half, well, for the 5S, so yeah.
I understand that it'll charge a phone, but most ordinary batteries take hours and hours and hours to charge up, without giving away too much in the way of trade secrets. How is this miracle possible?
Well, most of it is to do with the selection of the technology that we've used. We use a lot of stuff that's based in the new electronic automotive industry, so for electric vehicles. A lot of progress has been made in that area. However, in the consumables, in the commercial electronics market, there's not been that sort of expanse. So we take a lot of that, the characteristics, a lot of the technology, bring it to shrink it down into mobile phones. And then we also have our own bit of technology on top, our connector technology, which does a lot of the magic. Right,
so some of it, you're not necessarily inventing brand new battery technology, no. You're taking something that other people have developed and then making it a consumer thing.
Yeah, we shrunk it down. That's how it works, because to develop a new battery chemistry is extremely difficult, extremely expensive. Like, there's companies who've been given billions of dollars worth of investment and they fail because it's a lot of money. So when people say, "Oh, I've created this new battery," it's like that is the first of many challenges that it takes to get through, and you're talking a decade in terms of turnaround.
And so, what's the plan? Is the idea that you'll just make these things and sell them over the internet to individual punters, or are you talking to phone manufacturers to get them built into the phone?
Well, initially we're launching on Indiegogo today at 9 AM GMT. So it's like the first day, we're trying to get sales in, we're trying to promote it as much as possible. And the way that happens is we're going to have quite low prices today. But the idea is to prove demand's there, prove that people want this product. And then we're actually going to go to mobile phone operators, we're going to go to electronics manufacturers, so then start to get them in a huge scale into products around the world.
So the crowdfunding campaign starts today.
Yes.
As you watch this video, yes. Gentle viewer, it will be running.
Yes.
And the idea behind the crowdfunding campaign is what?
So, as with any other crowdfunding campaign, a company who can't usually get funding through traditional purposes and actually wants to promote their product in advance, they show the idea, they show a prototype. If people like the idea, they pre-order the product through a donation and reward system. And then a few months later, you get your product. And the idea is that supports ideas that wouldn't be funded through traditional finance, such as banks, angel investment. They're looking for like huge investment pools, where a lot of really innovative ideas can come out where wouldn't be usually funded.
So the perk levels are what? How much do I have to pay to get a Petalite battery?
So day one, so today, it will be £35, which includes, it's like the starter kit, which includes a battery and a dock. To enable 15-minute charging. You can buy on day one, you can also buy the battery, which is £15, so for extra. And the idea is that you don't need one dock to one battery, you can have one dock for a home. So we also sell family packs which have 4 batteries, 1 dock. So you leave it in your living room whenever you need it, you only have to use it for 5, 10, 15 minutes.
So you need the dock to charge the battery?
Yes, that's where a lot of our technology lies in, right. Because traditional mobile phone chargers are nowhere near as powerful and not as complex.
All right, so essentially your dock is taking mains power, and then it's able to throw much higher than sort of 1 amp or whatever.
Yeah, we're tenfold higher than that. It's a huge jump in power supply.
So essentially, what you've got here is a mobile phone battery which will charge off direct mains power. It's obviously not.
It still drops it down in voltage, but it's the current levels are a lot higher, and our intelligence system makes sure that the battery is able to take that amount of power.
Cool. So people can go to the crowdfunding campaign, buy a battery now. What's the life on these things? I mean, obviously, you can't say it'll last for 10 years because you didn't have one 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But do you anticipate they'll have the same sort of life as existing batteries?
It'll actually be much better. The technology that we use and the chemistry we use in our cells means that it'll last approximately 3 times as long as any other battery that's on the market, including the ones in your laptops, your phones, your tablets, things like that.
Wow. So you're here in Birmingham. We're currently sitting in Faraday Wharf in Birmingham Innovation.
Yeah.
And your offices are here.
Yeah.
What made you set up in Birmingham rather than somewhere else?
Well, I've made a lot of connections through university. That was the biggest thing for us, which meant that I knew investors, I knew people in this area, and I also knew we have an incubation in Innovation Birmingham campus called the Be Seen Project. And so that's where I started off. That was funded through the university where I graduated from, Aston. And then it gives me a head start on running my own business and setting up my own business.
Well, okay. And so you've set up Petalite. Is it just you, or are there 200 of you working away?
So I'm the founder. We have 5 engineers at the moment. They're the technical guys working on PCB design, electronics design, power electronics, things like that, and also battery chemistry analysis. And then we've also got a marketing team dedicated for the Indiegogo crowdfunding launch, and there's 6 of those people there. So altogether we have 12 people.
Wow, excellent. And how long does the crowdfunding campaign run for?
30 days. So from the 17th of November, 17th of December, just before Christmas.
So if people are watching this and they fancied buying some handsome ginger-haired interviewer a present,
yes, it'd be a good stocking filler. Just make sure they give you, don't tease you and just get you the battery and not the dock as well. And that's the thing, our batteries, even if you don't have the dock, they still charge at normal rates of like a normal battery does. It's just that to enable the 15 minutes. So if you just want a good quality external battery and you don't care about charging times, then still get ours. But then everyone will want the 15 minutes. That's the good bit.
That the way the battery works, a technology sort of a question. Does it have to be whatever shape it is, or can you make thinner, flatter ones or shorter, wider ones?
At present, it's the shape it is. However, we have a very strong relationship with our suppliers. And so if the Indiegogo campaign goes extremely well and we start to get more orders, then we can start dictating our form factor to suppliers.
Okay, and how does the supplier stuff work? I don't know very much about
hard.
Where batteries come from.
Very hard. There's not many manufacturers in the world that deal on large quantities that we're looking at, and when you analyse it and you break it down, there's a few manufacturers, but the rest of them are it's logistically challenging.
So a slightly different question. As I do these series of interviews, I always ask people, who else is there in Birmingham who you think would be interesting to see interviewed? Who's doing something cool? There's
a lot of people going in this building that are doing some really good things, because the idea is it keeps every business close together. Wow. Depends. What would you pick, hardware or software? What would you go for?
Well, hardware would be interesting. I've done quite a few. A lot of the tech scene is occupied by software people.
Yeah.
So part of the reason for talking to you and other companies like that is it's great to see hardware startups happening.
Yeah, there's very little hardware. To be honest, there's not many hardware businesses, and that's the one thing that I want to change in Birmingham, is that especially tech startups, that it's nearly all software, it's not hardware. And whether that's to do with the circumstances in Birmingham, like the infrastructure that's there, or the fact that it's just naturally isn't around.
Hardware's more difficult. I mean, I run, speaking as a consultant, freelancer bloke, I run a software business, and all I needed for it was a computer that I had anyway.
Yeah.
Setting up a hardware business means you have to deal with supply lines.
Supply chain, warranty periods on every single component that you deal with. We have a lab, we have prototyping equipment, it is a lot harder. But then I think if you have a good thing, it's a lot easier to sell, I think, after, because for example, we say 15-minute battery charger. People go, oh, that's really cool. And the thing is, unlike some things that are on the market today, you see a lot in the media that go, oh, there's a battery that charges in 30 seconds. And what it does is the media's put a twist on some genuinely good technology, but won't be out for 10, 20 years.
Right, yeah.
Where ours is physically, it works now.
You're actually making an actual product to sell to people rather than taking a new scientist article and tricking it up into a product.
Yeah, and you see a lot of I'm not going to name names, but you see a lot of crowdfunding projects where they say, "Oh, support us, and we want our new battery that we've created, a new battery, we want crowdfunding money," and then they're looking for $30,000. And it's a lot more than that. But like I said before, $2 billion, and a company failed to make a battery.
There's a question. How much are you looking to raise with the crowdfunding campaign?
$50,000. So we're a dollar campaign. So it still works through pounds. It will convert on the website. But we're running a dollar campaign. So it's $50,000 that we're looking for over 30 days.
So 2 more questions. The first one is, where do people find out about Petalite if they want to know more about it, and links to the crowdfunding campaign?
Yeah, just Google Petalite Battery. That's all you need to do.
Petalite.
Yeah, not light as in Light. And then it will jump straight up the top. Our website, you'll be able to register, subscribe online, and obviously because today is the launch, it will jump straight to the Indiegogo website as well. And
final question, what's your favourite biscuit?
Hobnob.
A hobnob?
Yeah, good old hobnob.
Excellent choice.
Yeah. Second place, ginger nut.
I can sympathise with that kind of thing. Okay, so thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Leigh Purnell.
Thank you.